This week on the Spotlight, the Cuban Missile, Alexei Ramirez, talks about the 2013 White Sox. And Mark Grace, going way back to the 90s, talks about that Cub team. He's had his legal troubles, you know. Tibbs, the Bulls have been a little bit up and down lately. He tries to give us perspective. And we go way back with a Bulls employee. She'll shock you when you find out how long she's worked for the club. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. It's the 25th year of the Lansing Floral Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. You've got to get to Jack Desmond's Irish Pub for Benkowski Trivia Wednesday, March 6th at 7:30 p.m. Pick up a cheat sheet and study it. I don't know if it'll help you, but it might. $10 domestic buckets on Wednesday. Easy to reach at 10339 South Ridgeland. Want to get a haircut from a great hairstylist? Call mine, Rose Murillo, 312-726-2201. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Demitas is a great coffee shop. When I'm a little bit sleepy, I race to Demitas Coffee Shop for a lift. 1066 West Taylor. Breakfast, lunches, mochas, lattes, cappuccino, tea, baked goods, superb French toast, great chicken salad. Open Tuesday through Sunday. I can't say any more about Demitas Coffee Shop.
Hi, my name is Rose, and I've been a skilled hairstylist for over 10 years. I specialize in men's haircuts and in corrective color. Come visit me at Salon 203 at 203 North LaSalle, 312-726-2201. And while you're at it, come in and get a shoe shine and a shave. It's a great place where a man can be a man.
You ought to try Sam & Sons Jewelers like I have. Custom-made jewelry. You can buy it, sell it to them, trade it, they'll repair it. Certified loose diamonds and gemstones at 10640 South Cicero. Great people to do business with. Sam & Sons Jewelers, 106th and Cicero. Great food awaits you at Ignat's Ristorante, 2421 South Oakley in the old little Italian neighborhood. Chicken Vesuvio and Cacciatore, steak Isabella Veal Parmesan, Chicago's best time out, Chicago Magazine, 190 North, all say, get to Ignat's Restaurant, 24th and Oakley. We're back on the Spotlight, and it's time to talk Sox Fest. All the activities of the hotel here, and 2013 is essentially kicking off for baseball. So we talked to as many players as we can, among them Alexei Ramirez, who was brilliant defensively in 2012 and clutch offensively, as you'll see in some of the graphics. And I got a chance to catch up with him. In some of our conversations before games, he does a little bit of English, but he's more comfortable in Spanish. And so with thank yous to Lou Hernandez from the White Sox staff, here is our translated interview with Alexei Ramirez, White Sox shortstop. So I asked, what about working the count more in 2013?
El juego se lo va diciendo solo. En situaciones hay momentos que uno tiene que parar y contar y nada. Y esperar lo que uno se preparó.
The game demands it. If you're in the game and you're following the game, the game. If the at bat demands that you take it a little longer, that you take the count a little longer, then you have to be aware of that, and you have to do that. But that's the game. Trying to be patient if that's what you need.
I have a question about AJ departing, and with AJ gone, I'm wondering if Alexei feels like maybe he will slide up a little into a bigger, more important RBI spot in the order.
AJ, con AJ que ya se fue, esperas piensas que te van a juntar más para remolcar o para pegar o para hacer más ofensivamente? ¿Qué crees que con él yéndose a Texas, crees que tú vas a tener que hacer algo diferente?
No, tengo que hacer nada diferente. O sea, ella dio en lo que tuvo aquí en Chicago lo mejor de sí. Aquí, por lo menos yo lo voy a recordar como un buen atleta, un buen amigo, que ayudó mucho a Chicago, porque eso fue una serie mundial con ellos. Y nada, hacer mi trabajo siempre.
You know, my responsibility, my approach, my role, I don't think it changes one bit. You know, as far as AJ's departure, I mean, I'm going to remember him as a great teammate and a great athlete. I mean, he brought a World Series to the city of Chicago, and so I can't think of a guy that contributed more to this team in his time here. But I don't see my position, my approach changing.
Well, what about the idea that maybe he could bat second in the order and use his speed and be a kind of a catalyst in the spot where Youkilis batted last year?
¿Qué piensas de la posibilidad, y él dice, la posibilidad de batándole el número 2, haciendo cosas que hizo Youkilis el año pasado y a veces decía AJ?
Yo estoy preparado para todas. Donde me pongan Ventura y todo el colectivo de entrenadores, ahí voy a estar yo.
So I'm prepared for wherever Robin is going to bat me. So wherever it is he feels I can contribute, I'm prepared for it.
With the excellence that he and Beckham have established around the second base bag, is there room for improvement, or do they just want to duplicate what they did last year?
Tú y Beckham se han hecho una buena pareja, segunda y shortstop. ¿Crees que pueden mejorar o quieres hacer lo que básicamente lo que hicieron el año pasado?
Cada año uno quiere mejorar. Siempre hay algunas lagunas que tenemos que pulirlas para estar 100%.
Every season you want to get better. You know, there's always something you can polish and work on. So, we want to get better. We want to get better.
How about statistical goals as far as RBIs and things of that nature?
¿Tienes metas de estadísticas, home run?
Estar 100% saludable. Lo demás viene solo.
No numbers goals. The number one thing is I want to be healthy, and that's it. If I can stay healthy for this team, then I can contribute. That's all that matters.
Buena suerte este año.
Gracias.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
I'm hitting my 25th anniversary show in a couple weeks. If you could say something about reaching that plateau. Cheryl's already done it for me, so I was wondering if you could make a one-sentence congratulations.
How old?
25 years of the Sports Spotlight Show.
25 years. All right, so I can say happy anniversary or happy 25 years or whatever I say.
25 years on this show. And
am I talking to you or just to the camera?
you can on the camera.
Congratulations on 25 years. It's all right. All right, it'll work.
You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. You've got to get to Kelly's Tavern. You'll have a good time. I'm cracking up thinking about it. Benkowski Trivia, 44th and Wallace. And you can have trivia games with me on March 1st, March 15th, and March 29th on Fridays. We'll see you at Kelly's Tavern, 44th and Wallace for good times. McKell's Inn, where good friends meet for a cool one. 3259 West 111th Street, just west of Kedzie. Tuesdays and Thursdays, they have $1.50 domestic bottles, $4 Guinness every day. Great people, great staff, and trivia switches to Monday nights starting January 14th. You don't want to miss that. At McKell's Inn, 3259 West 111th Street in Mount Greenwood. Bring your car to Quick Stop Muffler and Brake at 95th and Pulaski, and they'll fix it right. They also do shocks and struts, free estimates. Call them at 708-423-3700. They're very thorough in their work, and they have very competitive pricing. Quick Stop Muffler and Brake, 95th and Pulaski. Amelia's Bar and Grill at 46th and Halsted is a great place for lunch and dinner daily. Private parties, catering. They have a very unique mixture of fine dining and Mexican specialties headed up by their chef, Eusebio Garcia. Get to Amelia's at 46th and Halsted. We're back in the spotlight. We're talking Bulls, and I've read some newspaper accounts that suggest Coach Tibbs has been short with the media, a little maybe even abrasive. I don't buy that. I agree with the brief part maybe, but certainly he's handled his share of questions on when is Derrick Rose going to come back. Almost like a kid in the back seat. Are we there yet? Is Derrick Rose ready yet? A little tired of answering. And so as a result, sometimes an entire press session might be a little bit affected. Another element that Tibbs has had to answer more than he probably would like is what about the injury to people other than Rose? And Kirk Hinrich certainly had his share of injuries throughout his career, but especially this year. And Noah and Rip Hamilton, and the list goes on. And really, Tibbs has done an amazing job of patching together this lineup and putting out a team that's fifth in the conference with a legitimate shot at fourth and a home advantage in the first round of the playoffs. And I could understand his impatience with questions about health. You know, he's not a doctor. But this is the guy who is the key to the whole thing. And a lot's riding on what happens and when he comes back, assuming that he does. But all eyes are on him, and this camera is on him because Derrick Rose is the man of the hour. Everybody wondering what will happen, when will he come back? And when they ask it, they're in their own way saying, please come back. So here's the stage for Coach Tibbs, and right away it's the injury thing. Kirk Hinrich is the first subject.
And is there a concern that with Kirk this is now another lengthy setback?
No, it's just it's day to day. So hopefully it'll be soon. We'll see.
Does it have anything to do with the infection coming back, or is it
No.
more soreness?
Yeah, it's soreness and soreness.
So there's no concern that the infections.
Well, there's always concern. I mean, he missed some time, but hopefully he'll be fine.
How I know injuries are part of the game, but how frustrating is that given how long he was out and how well he played?
The thing is, you guys, I think you've been around Kirk, so you know how tough-minded he is, and he's, badly wants to be out there. So, from that standpoint, it's frustrating. But we got more than enough, and Nate has stepped up and he played well. Marcus is going to have to be ready, to get out there, and he's played well. So, we need everybody.
Because of the way Marco Bellinelli, especially late in games, has had the ball in his hands and run the pick and roll the last 2-3 weeks. Do you look for that a little bit more now when it's Nate at the point, just because it gives a little different look and the way he pick and rolls?
Well, I like having the opportunity to put Marco in pick and rolls, and I also like Nate coming off staggers on the weak side. So, and that's the value of the way Nate can play. You can play Nate on the ball, off the ball, and I think it's a different look for the point guards because you're not always guarding somebody off the dribble. And so I like to take advantage of, the scoring that Nate provides. So, but, Nate's very, very good in the pick and roll also. So we want to take advantage of that as well.
One more on Kirk. Will he fly with you tonight?
We'll see after the game.
Usually you have guys shooting.
There's a chance he won't fly?
No, I think we're planning on him traveling, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Usually you have guys shooting between 4:30 and 5:30 and warming up, and nobody was doing that today. What is there a reason, or are you doing extra X's and O's, or what?
No. No reason for it. Hopefully they're out there now.
Coach Reggie Rose had some critical things to say about the team not doing enough at the trade deadline. Can something like that be disruptive or hurtful in a long
No, not really. To me, it's, obviously Reggie and Derek are very close. And, we share the same concerns about Derek's health. So that's not anything new. So it's not a big deal. And Reggie's entitled to his own opinion.
Does it put Derek in an uncomfortable position?
No. It's to me, it's not a big deal. Like we all want the same things. We want Derek's health, and obviously we're trying to pursue winning a championship. So, we share that in common, and that's his opinion. That's he speaks for himself. It's not a big deal.
Are you concerned though that his opinion is going to be, well, the words of the brother? Where's that coming from? I mean,
no, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. So, not a big deal. Just move on.
in your eyes, is it disrespectful to Joakim and Luol and guys like that are all stars? And I mean, when someone close to the team says,
as I said, I'm not going to get wrapped up. The only thing I'm going to say, we all share in the same concerns. We want Derek's health. That's paramount. And, we're trying to win as many games as we can, and we're trying to pursue a championship. We share that in common. I'm going to leave it at that.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
thanks, Tom.
Yeah.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. Huck Finn is open. The countdown is on to St. Patrick's Day, so you've got to get to A Touch of Ireland, where they have imported clothing, hats, shirts, sweaters, you name it, giftware. It's all for St. Patrick's at 6761 West 95th Street at Oak Park Avenue. Waterford Crystal, Belique, Irish dance shoes and socks, christening, communion, confirmation, Claddagh rings, all the great stuff from Ireland at 6761 West 95th. Little Frank's Pizzeria and Bar, Thursday, $1.50 Miller Old Style. And of course my trivia games alternate Thursdays, next on February 28th. They have $12 large pizza and pitcher all day, every day? Easy to reach at 79th and Narragansett. Check out Little Frank's. You'll be glad you did. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. At the Office Sports Bar and Grill has 15 appetizers, flatbreads, burgers, wraps, paninis, 20 sandwiches, soups and salads, conveniently located at 4901 West Cal Sag Road in Crestwood. It's right near 132nd and Cicero. A great place at the Office.
We're back in the spotlight. We're talking Bulls, and as we come closer and closer to the 25th anniversary of our show, we're bringing you some of the key people behind the scenes at games. You've seen in recent weeks Tommy Edwards, the PA announcer. You've seen Bob Rosenberg, the official scorer. And those are people that Pam works closely with from week to week, day to day, in her several years on the job here. Pam, welcome to our program, and tell everybody what you've been doing here for a while.
I'm in charge of the media services crew, and I've been doing it since 1974. So I worked with Tommy when he was here before and when he was gone, and Rosie's been here the whole time that I've been here. So it's been a long experience.
Yeah, well, it's an amazing thing that I guess maybe I should point out to the crew at home if they don't know. I mean, there's 40-some dates plus playoffs, but it's not an everyday job. What do you do in quote-unquote real life?
Well, I taught school for 34 years, and this was my hobby, and I retired 7 years ago from teaching, and I continued to do this because it's fun.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I had somebody come up to me and say, "Are you retired?" And they said, "We know you do that show." And I said, "Well, that's hardly being retired." They don't even know the behind the scenes of that, but that's another story. But in your day-to-day work, explain some of the things that you have to get ready and get out to the media and whatnot, because I don't think the common person knows about it.
Well, we don't keep the stats, but we're in charge of getting statistics to the writers and the announcers. We get information out before the game, the starters. We get the interviews at the end of the game who the TV or radio wanted to have for their interviews after the game. After the game, we put packets together for the visiting teams, and we put packets together that include their next game opponent, other NBA scores, the box from the game we just played, and the final book from the game that's been played. So
I know.
anything they need to know to cover the game, we're in charge of.
Because I'm lucky enough to have known Pam a few years, during playoff games when there's a horde of media and she's going around saying, "Final box," I'm like, and sometimes I get a little bit ahead of the group on that, I think. Another thing that people might not know, and I'm not even sure of myself, are you a native Chicagoan? Where did you go to high school and after that?
I went to Bremen High School in Midlothian a long time ago, and I live in Oak Forest. My kids went to Oak Forest High School, and that's about my history. I've been a Southsider all my life.
Did you mention your college?
I went to Millikan University in Decatur for 2 years, and I graduated from Illinois Wesleyan.
All right, those are schools people know. And if you wouldn't mind, I know that your kids have been involved in some athletics. Do you want to say a little bit about what they did?
Well, my daughter played softball at Missouri for 4 years, and she was all Big 12. And my son played baseball at Michigan, and he was all Big 10. So we went to a lot of baseball games. So as many basketball games as I've been to as many or more softball and baseball games. And now my son, he's the bullpen catcher for the Detroit Tigers. So he's still involved. My daughter was a teacher, and now she's director of student activities at Lincoln Way West High School in New Lenox.
And were you involved in athletics coming up? Because I think you taught gym too, right?
No, well, I was before girls' sports, before Title IX became law. So I was a cheerleader, and that's about all I could do. So the only games I was a part of, I was on the sideline.
So the athleticism that you had were carried on to your children.
Yes, right. Passed it on.
And what are you looking for this Bulls team when Derrick Rose comes back? Think this is a team that can do a little playoff time?
I've been extremely pleased with how well the team has played without Derrick, and I see him out on the floor. He's looking pretty good.
Yeah, let's show him while we talk, shall we? It is kind of cool. There's only been a couple of games here at home where we've seen him actually, to realize he's been a mystery all year.
Yeah, well, he's definitely going to be an asset when he comes back. I hope he doesn't come back too quick. We wouldn't want to have any permanent injuries come about because he rushed getting back here. But I think the other guys are stepping up, and there's a lot of teamwork going on.
And anticipation. And you know about knee injuries, don't you?
Well, it wasn't a knee injury. I had a knee replacement. So I know that if you don't rehab correctly, that you're in trouble.
Well, it's very good to have a chance to talk to you and let the folks at home see somebody who's hardworking and still at it. And we wish you as many years as you want to do this. And I get a kick out of the fact that you came up with the year, because I wasn't going to say it, because that was my first year too.
Yeah, well, it's been a while, but it's been fun. I've seen the ups and downs and the downs. So
yeah.
Right now I think we're up.
No doubt about it. Well, we'll do another segment on for your 40th year with the team.
Okay.
I can't believe I just said that. We'll be back with more on the Spotlight right after these messages.
I eat on the pasta twice just...
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs, and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area. Meet people. Have a tremendous time. At Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria, Grand and Racine, you'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's.
Elbow's Sandwich Shop is new. They got good stuff. Open 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Italian beef, sausage, meatball, steak sandwiches, parmesan, soups, Italian subs, salads. At 6316 Archer, right around Mobile. Elbow's Sandwich Shop. Really good stuff. Swanson's Deli, Beverly Ritz Catering. Homemade soups and salads, fresh sandwiches, eat in or take out. Daily specials for lunch or dinner, and home of the famous cheese ball at 2414 West 103rd Street at Western. You've got to get there, and their catering serves any size. Swanson's Deli, Beverly Ritz Catering, 2414 West 103rd Street at Western in Chicago. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. I'll be back Monday, March 4th at 7 p.m. Have a great time with me at Reggie's, 21st and State.
We're back on the Spotlight, and a couple of the elements of resurgence for the Cubs, of course, have been the starting pitching, and another notable one is the hitting of Mark Grace. And Mark's here with us to tell us a little bit about it. Mark, can you pinpoint any single thing you've been doing different the last 3 weeks or so than you did maybe in April and May?
Well, I'm swinging at strikes now. Early in the season when I was struggling, I felt I had to be aggressive and get myself out of my problems, and I started swinging at pitches that were, low and in the dirt and high and over my head, and that just wasn't the answer. Now I'm taking the balls and swinging at the strikes, and it's helping. I'm just trying to relax a little more and just hit something that's hittable, not anything that comes up there. I'd have swung at the rosin bag in April and May if they had thrown it up here, but now I'm just trying to relax up there and hit strikes.
To try to get into the point of the aggression, I know that Wrigley Field can be a trap for some people. You have an excellent offensive season like you did in '89, particularly in the playoffs, and then a guy who is real comfortable spraying the ball, hitting singles, doubles, and triples, maybe is thinking home run a little bit. How much of that could have played on your mind?
Oh, definitely. Early in the season, Andre and Rhino are hitting balls out of the park. Every other at-bat, they're hitting home runs, and I kind of wanted to join in on the fun. That looked like fun, jogging around the bases. But then I realized that I'm not that type of hitter, and it took me 2 months to get that out of my mind and just realize, hey, Mark, you're not that kind of a hitter. Go back to hitting the ball to left field and up the middle, and don't try to be Andre Dawson and Ryan Sandberg. And finally, it's starting to show because I'm not trying that anymore.
If you could pick a single coach or a single person in your development that was critical in helping you establish your hitting style, who would it be?
Oh, that probably goes back to college days.
This week's show has been brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop. Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck's Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch, very competitive pricing. Call 708-396-1010.